So let's jump into the next segment where we bring you good news from across the continent of Africa. Definitely the ones in the diaspora as well. Stay.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
All right.
So we know how important it is for Black, or should I say African American girls, to appreciate, understand, and really be able to work with their kinky hair. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that if you don't know how to appreciate it or have
Yeah.
love for it, it can drive you insane sometimes, especially when you wake up and you don't know what to do with it. It's flying everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that kind of a thing.
I think. Okay.
But I think as mothers or as elder sisters, you find a way to teach your little ones or your children how to appreciate the hair. The texture is not always friendly. I mean, you put your hand in it and it's, for lack of a better comparison, I wouldn't want to make comparison. I wouldn't want to say it feels like something. So you need the right amount of moisture, the right amount of care, oil, and the right products, and then your hair is looking like glamorous.
Okay.
And so on this same path, we had a 14-year-old girl. I'm talking about Zhanyia, and she has come up with, oils for natural hair, kinky hair, just to help the young girls be able to appreciate their hair.
Okay.
And know that I rather love my hair the way it is, afro puffed up, curly, standing, than other than trying to do something else to it.
Okay. Interesting.
This is not the first of its kind. This year we've done stories a lot from, we've had 14, we've had 8. 8 was like the youngest we've had. We've had 12-year-olds. All of these people actually identifying a problem that is already in the system, the situation, the society.
Okay.
And then they're coming up with solutions to be able to solve that problem.
Right.
Now, as much as we may not necessarily see it as a big deal, to actually be the CEO of a company is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And being a CEO at 14-year-old, she's just 14. The idea, the thought, the process, everything that is going into it.
Yeah.
I'm just asking myself, give her 5 to 10 years from now, what will she be attaining? What will she be working on? You know, there's so much entrepreneurial drive coming from, most of the young ones, especially in the diaspora. We'll see a couple of children also picking it up here on the African continent, but I believe there's more to be discovered, as probably there's a lot going on, but we don't necessarily have it documented, so we're not necessarily getting them, but there's so much more being done. Now, we have a streak of youth that are solving problems that exist, and it may look petty to somebody, but it's a big deal. I once saw this, it's an animation, and it's like these girls were going for a beauty pageant, and one of them, it happened to be African American, and her hair, it's a kinky way. So she had actually tried using creams and all that to try and make it just be straight and sit, but
Yeah.
the
It's not
hair,
working,
the
huh?
hair was saying like no matter what you do. So the day comes, they actually going for it, and she's managed to pull it together to make it look like, the Western, the European type.
Yeah.
And she's almost about to get on stage when the pins and everything come off, and the hair just comes
Went
bloom
back to
like
its
that.
natural state, huh?
It just blooms like that,
Right.
and you see it, and it's beautiful. It's so curly and it's full. And it has so much volume. But then the other people, contestants, see her and they start pointing at her hair, making mockery of the way her hair is. And she breaks down in tears. She feels bad and she just runs off the stage.
Unfortunately.
Now, there's a lack of appreciation for the type of hair we carry. So most often we tend to compel ourselves to fit into a setting space or criteria. And that is what is affecting the younger generation. That for me is why I was proud when the 12-year-old came up with a line of dolls that actually had curly and afro type of hair. So if you have a doll that has the same hair type as you have, you wouldn't feel like you're out of the system or you're not part of this world. So I'm happy when we have young ones picking up the whole track. All this goes a long way to actually say that it's not just about Black Lives Matter. Everything about Black matters, and it's important.
Right. Okay.
Well, in case you want to purchase some, it's the Islande Beauty. That's the name of the oil, Islande Beauty.
Okay.
And you just go to island.com, the islandbeauty.com, and you get, it's black owned. It's plant based for people who
Organic,
are,
yeah?
yes, people who are more concerned about cruelty free
Right.
means of making things or production.
Okay.
This is plant based. So no animal, nothing was harmed in the process of actually making this fragrance.
yeah.
Yeah.